This is a guided video on how to do revision paper question 1. So let's study the question 1. You see it's circular element radius 30, the another radius or circular element, and you have the radius 24, which is going to be TTR, and we have the hexagon here, AF, and we have the quarter ellipse A to B. Okay, so if you have the horizontal and vertical lines drawn from A and B, you will get the center position. And last but not least will be the polar array. So for this polar array, if you study this, you notice that it's best to draw it on the major axis or the one on the horizontal line. Okay, so that's how we are going to tackle this problem. So without further ado, let's start off with drawing. So open up the template drawing. Okay, make sure you're in the double click the template to get the DWG, and make sure you use the correct layers. So center line, I'm just going to draw 2 lines. I will start off with the bottom feature first. Alright, so but before I start drawing, make sure your dynamic input is turned on, the polar tracker, the object snap tracking, and your object snap running. Set the object snap running to have endpoint, center point, and intersection point. Okay, that'll be good enough. If you can't find them, please go to the customization at the bottom right hand corner. Alright, make sure you have to check it so that the icon appears on the bottom part of the screen. So once you have set the settings, I'll continue drawing. So go to outline, click on circle, create radius 30. Next, click circle again. I'll create the smaller circle. This time it's diameter. Click on diameter option. Diameter 36. Okay. Next, I'll draw a line from the 36, a horizontal line 30. Next, what I need to do is to create the line at a certain angle. Okay, center, and the size is about 40. Just type 40. Then press the tab button to jump to angle. Key in the angle and enter. Alright, make sure for angle you must key in and do not eyeball the angle. Alright, so trim the circle. Then after that you can trim the line, and you get the bottom part of the feature drawn. Okay, next I will start off to draw the upper part of the circular element. So I need to offset size 68. Okay, draw a circle of radius 34. Next, tangent radius. Okay, just click the points where the circle will touch the 2 circles. So just click the 2 points and then key in size of 24. Okay, trim it. Okay, the upper half we don't trim first because we need to draw the hexagon. Okay, so I'll just shorten the lines a little bit. Okay, I'll need to create the center position for the hexagon. So offset 60 from the bottom horizontal line, upward 60, and offset 72 to the right. Next, I'll just make the center line shorter so that it will not be confusing as to which feature this center line is meant for. Alright, so adjust a little bit. For most of the time, I would like to make use of the midpoint to make sure that intersect with is at the intersection point. Okay. Next, we can go on to create the polygon. So go to polygon, 6-sided, okay, center. For AF is going to be circumscribe. Click on circumscribe, and the radius is going to be 36 divided by 2. So you can press 18, or you can press 36/2 to give you the radius. Okay, the hexagon is going to be in this orientation. What you need to do is to rotate the hexagon. The center obviously will be the center of the hexagon. You can click on the vertical line or key in 90 degrees. Okay, next we'll create the tangent line from the end point here, and you have to be tangent to the bigger circle. Shift right click, choose tangent, click on the circle. Okay, next you can create the quarter ellipse AB. So I need to create the two center lines. So the point where the intersection is the center of the ellipse. Click on the ellipse, choose the option called center. You know the center, you know the two endpoints. Okay, change the ellipse to outline, trim it. Alright, so you have your ellipse. Next, I'll just adjust the center line a little bit before moving on to create the polar array. Okay, trim the outer circle, the big one. Next, I will create the polar array. So I need to create this PCD first. Circle radius, center radius. This one is diameter of 42. Okay, next I can create the small circle of diameter 10. Okay, diameter 10. Next I'll do the offset of 5 mm. Sorry, it should be 2.5 mm on each side. And after that I'll create the circle of diameter 24. Okay, so I can create the diameter 24 first, and then offset the horizontal line. So offset is 2.5. Okay, change the two lines to outline, and we can do the trimming. Okay, when you do the trimming, please start from the outside, then before you trim the inside. Okay, so once done, you can start to do the array. So, but for array, we only need to array the circle and the two horizontal lines. For this particular circle, the big one, we do not array because we need to trim this circle later on, right? If you have arrayed this circle, then it's going to be very difficult to trim it later on. Okay, so I can do this. Alright, just select the three lines, the three elements. But I forgot to draw the center line, so let me just draw in the center line so that I can array it together. Alright, just put I want to draw a line over here, so then you put nearest, shift right click nearest, click here to here. Okay, so once done, we can array 4 lines. Okay, the center line, the 2 horizontal one, and the circular element. Okay, so once done, select the center of the circle. For polar array, you must key in the number of items. That's very important. So there are a total of 4 items here, and the angle between them is 72 degrees. Okay, 72. Press enter. So once done, check the direction. Notice on the below side. Click direction. Change it to counterclockwise. Okay, so looks good. Then press the close array. Lastly, we will need to trim the circle. So just trim, select the element, select 2 lines, spacebar, trim away those unwanted lines or unwanted part of the circle. Okay, so once done, just press spacebar, enter, and just check to make sure your work is complete. Okay, alright, make sure your center lines are of the correct length. Again, do not make it to be too long, shorten it if possible. Alright, the best way is just to follow wherever is shown on the question paper. Okay, just follow. Next thing, alright, the hexagon, make sure it is a little bit beyond, center line is a bit bigger than your hexagon. Okay, so just double check with the figure on your question paper, and it looks good. And that is the end of this video on question 1.